guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Joy, and today is the last video of Joyful Season. I've been dreading this final video because it sort of signifies or means that there won't be a video every single day. I've had fun creating, I've had fun filming, editing, thinking of new ways to do new things, so it feels to end it, but every good thing comes to an end, except, you know, a good marriage. Anyway, before I even get into today's video, I would just like to take this time to thank each and every one of you who has, one, watched any of my videos, two, liked, shared, commented on my videos, three, the 332 of you who have clicked the subscribe button and are not part of the 57% who watches but don't click subscribe to my channel. So thank you, thank you, thank you. I would also like to say thank you to the different creatives in the industry who have reached out to me with words of advice, with, you know, ideas or areas that I can improve. And I can honestly say I'm not the same person that I was on YouTube 31 days ago. I'm not the same person. I've been stretched, I've been pushed out of my comfort zone. I mean, I vlogged. So I'm really happy and grateful for each and every one of you, and I'm also grateful for my family. It's sort of weird, you know, when mom is a YouTuber or my wife is on YouTube and spilling all the beans and stuff like that, but I thank them for their support and for them, you know, just going with the flow when it comes to the things that I want to achieve. Now, today's video is about how I am preparing myself for 2019. Today is the last day of 2018, and tomorrow I know they're going to be Happy New Year, everything, you know, New Year, new me, and all of those. So this is how I'm actually preparing myself for the new year. Now I have my famous notebook, and the number one way in which I'm preparing for 2019 is that I am reviewing my personal development plan for 2018. Now, a personal development plan is basically just a plan that I had. My friend shared it with me at the beginning of 2018, and we wrote down what our plans were, what our targets were, what, you know, what small short-term goals, long-term goals, areas that we want to improve, new things that we want to learn, bad habits that we want to drop. So I'm reviewing it, and it is a very sort of overwhelming experience, because you come face to face with the things that you had said you're going to do but you didn't do, or things that you wanted to do but you failed at doing it, or targets that you had set for yourself and you've not managed to reach those targets. So it is so overwhelming, but the key thing that I keep reminding myself is that I tried. You know, I tried. Even if I failed, I tried. So I just went out there and put myself out there and tried. And that's the most important thing. Number two, the number two thing that I'm doing to prepare myself for 2018 is that I am reviewing my highlights and my lessons for 2018. My last video, I shared with you guys some of my highlights and my lessons for 2018. And so now I'm going a step further and actually writing them down, reviewing them, and looking at where did I miss opportunities to improve, you know, what can I do differently next time, where did I fail, you know. So it just helps me to come face to face with the things that I might be avoiding and stuff like that. And also it gives me an opportunity to celebrate areas where I need to celebrate. Like, you know, if I had set out a goal and I achieved it, yay. If plans changed midway and led to a better ending, yay. For example, my goal was to grow my YouTube channel, and it was not until I made a conscious decision that I'm actually going to give it my best and do it for my satisfaction. Like if someone else watched it and liked it, I usually just thank God. As in, even 1 view, 2 views, I'm like, God, thank you. But I'm the number one person who, if I'm not satisfied with it, then I don't expect you to be satisfied. If I don't like what I'm putting up, then how do I expect you to like it? So I'm very, very, that's one of the areas where I was celebrating in this year. So reviewing my highlights and my lessons and seeing what can I do differently for 2019, or what can I keep doing. Okay. Number 3 thing that I'm doing is actually in 2019, I am planning to create my very first vision board. My friend Shiko shared with me her vision board from 2008, sorry. And it was amazing to see 10 years ago, everything that she dreamt of is actually coming or has already come into fruition. And again, my friend Kaisha sent me a message and was like, hey, you're going to be around in January, I'd like us to have a vision board party. And I was like, what the hell is this? Vision board party, what is this? So she explained to me just a group of girls coming together to celebrate and plan our year and actually do a vision board of the things that we want to achieve. And that really moved me, and I asked her how it worked for her, and she said, sorry, and she said that that's what she did at the beginning of 2018, and it's amazing to see that everything that she put out there, or that she put on her board, actually come to pass. And so this year I'm very intentional about my vision board. I have already started working on one online that I can save maybe as a PDF or something, and I can have a look at it on the go. But I'm also planning to just go all out and do one big one. I've already bought the board. I'm so serious, really. And I have a board, and I'm going to just put it in our bedroom and just do it. Just do it, no excuses, just do it. And so I'm a firm believer that God can give you far much more than what you have ever seen or imagined. So I'm going to see, and I'm going to imagine, and I'm going to let God go over and above all of that. But I'm making the first step of just allowing myself to dream, and dream big. I'm feeling charged. Now, last but definitely not least, I'm also preparing for 2019 by partaking in a 40-day fast. Boom. Sounds like a lot, yeah, 40 days. But anyway, this is a personal decision that comes from a place of seeking growth in my personal relationship with Christ. And this comes from a place of having tested and tried this God in such a way that I set aside time to praise, to worship, to pray about different areas in my life, and actually see God answering this prayer. He's a prayer answering God. And I don't mean that the focus should be on the acts of what you're going to do during the fast. My focus is mainly on just setting aside time, making God king and center of your life during these 40 days, and denying yourselves of things that will not really satisfy you in the end. So for me, I'm still in the process of planning, how many times yes, for me it's going to be a daily fast. And the timings, I'm still trying to think, because I work shifts, and I work both day shifts and night shifts, and I want it to be seamless in my plan. And I also want it to be such that I will actually have the time to pray. So for example, if it's during the day shift, then I want to have my lunch time to be the time that I just sit down and pray. And the good thing with God is that He's omnipresent, so you don't need to go to a fancy place to pray. You can just go to the break room or wherever, or at your desk or in your car, and just give some time to God. So preparing for my fast involves preparing my prayer areas. So I'm looking at my life and asking myself, where do I need what, and how am I going to get it? And so using prayer, I'm actually enabling God to establish His will in my life. So I'm putting every single thing. I'm also preparing what my verse for the year is going to be. So the number one that I'm looking at is from 2 Corinthians chapter 9 from verse 10. And this says, one of the verses that I'm looking at to help me go through 2019 is from verse 10 that says, "Now he who supplies seed to the sower and bread for food will also supply and increase your store of seed and will enlarge the harvest of your righteousness. You will be enriched in every way so that you can be generous on every occasion, and through your generosity will result in thanksgiving to God." So that's one of the verses that I'm working with, at Proverbs 31 verse 30, and this one is very, very common. It's, "Charm is deceptive and beauty is fleeting, but a woman who fears the Lord is to be praised." That's another verse that I'm looking at for 2019. And last but definitely not least, and this one my friend Shiko sent it to me, and this is Jeremiah chapter 29 verse 11. I mean, you know the verse, right? "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you a hope and a future." Verse 12 says, "Then you will call me and come and pray to me, and I will listen to you." So those are the verses that I'm working with. For 2019. Then I'm also preparing my prayer partners, because we realize that whenever we set aside time to pray, that's when all hell literally breaks loose in our life. It's the way warfare works. When you start a fight, you definitely expect your enemy to try and retaliate and try to fight you back. So we're also preparing each other, reminding ourselves to pray. Even throughout the past few weeks, we've been praying for 2019 and for the plans we have for the beginning of 2019. So those are some of the things that I am doing to prepare myself for 2019. So without any more rambling, guys, thank you very much for making my 2018 absolutely awesome, absolutely amazing, absolutely fulfilling and challenging, and for making it wonderful. So I would like to know what plans you guys have for the new year. How do you guys prepare for the new year? Do you make resolutions starting January, or do you just let January pass and then start in February? So please leave me a comment, say hi, and until my next video, guys, God bless you and